welcome you to another one of my do-it-yourself project videos. In this one I'll be working on a window blind which I took apart to actually wash. I have 3 of these. One of the problems I have after I washed it is some of the strings that I used to actually open the window with actually broke off, so I'm going to have to fix it before I put it back on the window. So I'm going to show you how to take these apart. These, I don't know if they make these type of blinds anymore, but these are, I can't tell you the age. I'm assuming it's probably 5 to 10 or more years old. But I'm going to show you how to take these apart and how to put them back together with the strings to make them work right. So to explain, there are 3 strings that go. This is the bottom of the window blind. There's actually 3 strings that come up from, there's one in the middle, there's one on this side and one on this side that come up to the top here, and they kind of route through this little cavity here going all the way to the side and come out of this little opening in here, and that's what you use to pull up the blinds or pull down the blinds. But that's what I have to fix. I have to get the strings, I have to dismantle the bottom section here and actually pull the strings, existing strings out and put in new string. I have a new string which is actually thicker and a different color. I couldn't find the white, so it's going to be yellow, but this should work. It's a bigger string. I couldn't find the thinner string that I needed, so I'm going to use this as the replacement string. As a first step, I'm going to have to dismantle the bottom piece here. So I pull that out. So what that does is that enables you to pull this. You have to pull this piece out to dismantle this piece. So note when you pull this apart, if it doesn't come out one way, you need to try pull it out the other way. Be careful to observe how this is assembled. You can kind of see there's a fold here. I don't know if you can see this. There's a little piece of plastic here between the fabric, and then you have another piece around which the casing actually sits around. So when you assemble, I will show you how to do this right, but it's very important to note this, take some pictures and notice how they're doing it, because if you don't do it right, you won't get this in the correct way. So I'm going to pull this out. See how this is folded in? It's folded in, but only one side is kind of tucked into this little gap here, or this little fold over here. The fabric is folded in, so I'll kind of show you how to assemble it. But I'm going to take this apart right now and throw it aside. And I kind of took it apart, and you can kind of see how the string is retained in here. They have a little button, so to speak. You can kind of see the button right there. Trying to show it. There's a little button that retains. So these pieces of strings, if you look at it, it's kind of, I'm trying to show. So the string goes in through one hole, comes in through the other hole. It kind of zigzags. You can see on this side there are 2 strings here. There's the zigzag portion on the other side, so that's how you run the string. So what I'm going to do is to take apart the original string and put the new string in there in the same manner, because the original string is actually broken off. So before I pull the other string out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start stringing this in the same manner that it should be. I'm going to kind of copy. So I'm going to put this piece of string through here, and from here it goes into this little plastic piece. So I'm going to loop it around there. I'm not going to take the other string out just yet. So let me show you what you have to do once you get to the end. So I have stringed all this all the way to the end. When you get to the end, you kind of press this onto the top piece, and you need to push the thread or the string through this hole and make it come out the top here. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, see that coming out, and you pull it out. And then the next thing you need to do, like I said, all the strings would move in this direction. You have to bring it out this opening. So I'm going to actually stick it in this opening. What I had to do here is basically remove the little retention piece here and pull the string in. You can see through there and pull it through here and leave a little bit of slack. So what I'm going to do is normally when these blinds work, when you pull it up and pull on it sideways, it locks in place. But since this new string is a lot thicker, I can't do that. I'm going to have to figure out a way to put like a little nail or something or a screw on the windowsill where I can tie this string onto after I pull it up. So I'm going to figure it out after I get this done. But the next thing we have to do is actually go back to the bottom there. So what I'm going to do there, I'm actually going to pull this other string out, the old string. So I'm going to pull this string out. We don't need the string anymore. So I got this string pulled out, and we don't even need this little retention piece. And I'm just going to make sure this is completely extended, and then have this, probably cut this piece probably about there. Okay, we'll do the same thing here. Let's make sure it's going right. So it'll go through this first, the fabric, and then this little plastic piece here. Follow the same routing scheme it has. So don't remove the string before you get this routed, because it might cause you to do it incorrectly. I would just leave the string in place till you get it, till you run out of string on the other side. On the middle string, I've actually reached the end on the top where it's supposed to go through the top plastic piece. So here again, you would look and see where the hole is. I'm trying to locate the hole here. It would actually mesh up. Okay, I got it through. And then, like I said, it needs to go to the side. So it needs to go through this hole. And so this is a little longer than I would like it to be, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this back so there's just enough to match the other one. So this is what I'm talking about. I want to keep these two strings the same, so I'm going to pull the middle one backwards and make sure it's the same size. Okay, right there. For this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this right about here, and then tie this in a knot. And just make sure it doesn't pull out. Yeah, that should stay. And then I'm going to pull the old string out, all the old string that I don't need. Kind of see we have put strings on both sides. Now we need to do it on the extreme left side. So the last thing I have to do, at least for the top part, is actually tie all these together, kind of put them together just to make sure that they stay together and don't come apart. Okay, so those are the knots I just put in there. So for this last piece, again, I'm going to do the same thing. Cut this and tie a knot. So I'm going to show you how this should be put together. Now, if you can see this, you have this piece here, and then you have the fabric piece, and then you have the plastic, the other plastic piece in here. When you slide, the object is to slide this piece that you see here. You have to slide it such that it sandwiches the plastic piece on this side, but on this side you have to grab the fabric too. So to do this right, you have to take it kind of slow. You can't rush this. You got to hold it. As you're pushing this, you will have to try and rearrange this properly so you can actually, so let me show you how to do this. Now you see how it's sandwiched on the, you see how I'm kind of pushing it in? Okay, there we go. And always make sure on the bottom here, you push the string into the cavity here. If you don't do that, you're gonna have issues. So you can kind of see that string there, make sure you push it down. It's completely in. I just have to pull the string up as I have a little bit of slack there. So the next thing you have to do is put these end caps in. So one end cap goes on this end. If you lock it in place, then you won't have any trouble with this coming out. So this is already in. I'll show you what it looks like. You can't see all the strings. There's the left string, there's the middle string, there's the right string. It goes all the way to the top. And I'm going to mount this and show you how it works. So I'm going to put this up on the window. I think it needs some manual adjustment because I'm using bigger strings here.